Welcome back, friends, to another video. We're doing another Dark Elf group where I have my Dark Elf Ranger leading, and I think we're going to do something a little different today than a Lost Dungeons because we're starting to outgrow our back and shoulder items and stuff. So let's see if we can't get something better from the Teak guy, Franklin Teak, over here in Plane of Knowledge. He gives these little tasks, missions, quests, whatever you want to call them, and you just hail them. And he usually says stuff in local. I don't know why he's not. I'm not invisible. What's going on here? Talk to me. Okay. Maybe I had hide on. Yeah, I think I did. I think I did have hide active. So let's see what we get for a level 40 task. That's in Mons Latalis. That's a Luckland zone. And that gives us an ornate item. So I think we're going to accept that because we're still wearing some simple and rough. So we're going to take that. And then we're going to take the level 45 one as well because we can. And that is Dulax Harbor. So we're going to accept that too. That's also going to give us another ornate item. So we're going to get 2 ornate items out of this. And I'm going to follow up with the other 2 characters as well, getting the tasks for them because, yeah, I'm multi-boxing. All right, now that we have those taken care of, we're going to go to the first one. And first one, level 40, Mons Latalis. That is a Luckland area. So we want to head to the Nexus. And I'm doing this not only for my own sake, for these characters, but for any player who may have been gone for a really long time, or that is maybe completely new, and would like to know where to get some gear for this level. I'm going to make a quick stop here as well. There are these 2 merchants here. They are near the tutorials NPC and the loyalty NPC, right? And we're going to go and right click on this one because it says levels 5 to 49 and we're currently at 43. And if we click on levels here, it says level 26. That's the highest that it goes, I believe, unfortunately. I think you have to be like 49 to see the level 49 stuff. It's really kind of goofy. But you see here, this person sells jewelry. They sell rings and like a mask, a neck item. So earrings, rings, neck, and face. And they have focus effects that last until level 60. So these could be nice to acquire. On most servers, all of these items are no trade or no drop. But here on the Throne of Eye server, they are actually tradable. Now, do I want to get these? I'm not sure because if you look here, my current jewelry gives me double the hit points and mana that this other thing gives. And I can actually make an upgraded version. I can wear, I believe I can wear platinum trio jewelry at this point. I just haven't made any yet, right? But this does give mana regen, although you can craft things that give extra mana regen to trio jewelry. If you would like to see me work on that in a crafting video, like, okay, say you make trio jewelry, can you add a focus effect to trio jewelry? You can. You can. It's a lot harder to do, and you actually need to go farm some stuff. But I could show you if you're interested. Drop some likes on this video and definitely drop some comments saying, yeah, I want to see the trio jewelry and I want to see how you manage to get any kind of focus effect in the trio jewelry because it's not super common to go and do. So anyway, I'm not going to waste time with that right now, but I will stop here at the loyalty vendor because this is one more thing. Another great tip for you guys is people often ask how to get cash or money in the game to buy your spells and buy your gear, this is a great way to do it. If you look over here under alt currency, you have loyalty tokens, right? And I currently have 2,542 loyalty tokens on this character. You can type in the word plat here to find this easier, and there's a bag of platinum for only 436 loyalty tokens. So I currently have 41k, but let's buy one real quick. I've shown this tip a few times, but I like showing it whenever I pass this vendor because it's such a great tip. So you have this bag now, you right click on the bag, and you see here I just acquired 14,724 plat on my character. So you see here it's at 56k now. Excellent way to get some plat for nothing, just spending some of your loyalty tokens. Here's a note. You will never earn enough loyalty tokens to buy the bag of plat as a free-to-play player. Pretty sure you won't. And I'm pretty sure that that item isn't available if you're free to play. I could be wrong. Feel free to drop comments and correct me if I'm incorrect. Thank you. So without screwing around anymore, let's go here to the Nexus Stone. Click on this. So as you could see, I just unlocked achievement Nexus Traveler because I've never taken these 3 in this zone before. And for those of you who don't know, who want to know exactly where we're going, we're headed to the Netherbean Layer, or Netherbean Layer, however you guys feel comfortable pronouncing that word. I've pronounced it both ways. I don't think it matters. Alright, we are in the Netherbean Layer, and we're going south. There's a compass. You can really only go south at first, and then it branches off into a couple of different paths. We're going to turn right at that giant pillar and head to Maris Saru. And the guards here are apprehensive to me because I've never fought any of the Luckland guards. It would be wise to not pick fights with the Luckland guards until you're maybe a higher level, or just leave them alone in general. I don't know them to drop any kind of interesting or good loot, so. The air seems less foul here. That sounds like a Lord of the Rings quote. When in doubt, follow your nose. Okay. Now that we're in Maris Saru, I'm going to activate mounts because we can travel that much quicker on a mount than not on a mount. And let's double check that everybody's mounted. Yes, we're good. And we turn right as soon as we exit there and pass these guys. I don't know if these guys attack over there or not. I guess we'll see. And we just travel straight up through this cave. If you're wondering why I'm pausing, it's because autofollow sucks. And I want to give my 2 alternate characters that are following a chance to follow without getting hung up on a turn or bend in the cave, because it's like snaking back and forth. Alright, we are here. This is Mons Letalis, or as I comically refer to it as Mom's Lentils sometimes. And we want to kill some rock hoppers in Mom's Lentils. I'll tell you though, my mom did not make good lentils. It was not... I think she had a phobia to use, like, even just basic salt and pepper, man. Ooh, there's a rock hopper right there. Adult rock hopper. Hello, buddy. How you doing? I got another one. I also gotta make sure I set myself as main assist. Otherwise my macros don't work. There we go. We got 2 out of the 5 already. This is gonna be real quick. I also want to set main tank to main tank. And that's gonna be the tank merc. Even though I have a Shadow Knight in the group, I do like having a mercenary tank because of the fact that I don't use any kind of automated software. I just use assist macros to activate attack. Oh look, we've got all of our guys now, all of our rock hoppers that we needed. This is going to be so quick to finish. Now, I want you to keep in mind, sure, I finished that really, really quick and it seemed super easy. Having better gear helps, but also the fact that I just got real lucky. I've come here where I had to kill like some of the little shiknars instead, the little bugs, and those were a lot harder to find than the rock hoppers were. So sometimes it might take half an hour, an hour to find all the monsters that you need. I didn't even have to rely on my tracking skills as a ranger for this. So I also think I leveled up some of my guys. I heard a ding. So I'm going to head back towards the zone line, even though I'm probably just going to use my Stein to get back to the zone. I want to collect my reward before zoning out. And when I'm collecting my reward, I want to make sure I'm getting what I need. So I'd say the shoulder pads are what I need the most because those are simple. So let's get the combatant's mantle. Take a look at these things and make sure you're getting the thing that your class can use. Obviously, this is for warrior, paladin, ranger, and so on. But you have a caster version. So if you're a caster, get the caster version for cleric, druid, shaman, necromancer, wizard, mage, enchanter. Don't get the melee one because you won't be able to equip it and you'll be annoyed. And these have nice focus effects like mana preservation. Our next location is Dulax Harbor. For this, we want to head over towards the evil side, which is over here. And we want to turn to the right and head west to this stone here, which is the Gulf of Gunthak. This is a zone that has a lot of water, and if you don't want to be swimming, you can help yourself by getting a levitate. And here's where I'm going to show you another trick or a tip that can really help you. I currently have a levitate spell as a ranger, but I do not have any bat wings. If you know, bat wings are a common component used for the levitate spell. How do I get bat wings if I don't have any and I'm not near any merchants that sell bat wings? There are merchants on this little island, but I'm not going to waste my time looking for bat wings because they probably won't have any. Open up your Alt Advancement tab from your inventory. Here, you go under Special, and you scroll down to Summon Resupply Agent. This is the one you want. Summon Resupply Agent. Go to the hotkey, make a hotkey, put it somewhere, and you can close these windows. I'm going to show you. I put it over here on this hotbar. I know it's hidden behind me when I'm doing video and stuff. So I'm going to hit Summon, and there we go. I'm going to move it back. And here we have this little clockwork guy, and he is a little merchant that you could summon from anywhere. And everybody has this ability, even if you are free to play. And what does he sell? He sells all kinds of spell components, including bat wings, for just very little. 1 silver each, right? So I'm going to buy 100 of them. He has a maximum of 100, so that's all I can really buy from him. For those who play Shaman, he also sells 100 snake scales, which is used in serpent skin, I believe. Sells bandages, which can be used to bind wounds. He sells all the major gems for spells, including malachite for mages summoning their pets. He also sells coffins, which necromancers use to summon corpses. He even sells food like iron rations and flasks of water. If you find yourself going hungry, you could summon this guy. And I think I mentioned fish scales, but if I haven't, fish scales are used for enduring breath, which lets you breathe underwater. So there you go. That's my tip of the day for you. And we're going to cast Levitate on each of the player characters so they could just run across the water. And yeah, explaining this did take time out of the video, but I feel like it's worth it. And that's what I do here. I explain things to help new and returning players who may have been away for a long time. Obviously, if you've played before, you're very familiar with the Levitate spell, and you probably remember that you needed the bat wings. But what you might not have known is that you have very easy access to bat wings. You don't need to run around and farm and kill bats anymore. You could just do that. You could just run around, or you could just summon that little peddler and he will sell you bat wings for cheap. Now I'm casting camo on everybody because I can take all the mobs from here all the way to the zone that I'm heading to, but I don't want to have to fight them. I'd rather just run on my mounts and not have to deal with all those mobs. Of course, with just regular camo, there's a good chance it will fade before we get to the zone, but I'm hoping it'll be more later than sooner. And I may stop here or there to double check that it's still up. Okay, it's still going strong on each of the characters. No message saying that I'm about to be visible, so let's keep going. Another helpful hint is once you're past the water, if you are multi-boxing, like playing 2 or 3 characters, have them tilted downwards a little bit. That way you're not up near the ceiling and get stuck on one of these big stalagmites or roots that hangs from the ceiling. Although you want to face up a little bit when crossing water so you don't dip down into the water and lose your mount and have that character stuck behind. So going over the water, it's okay to be facing up or at the very least even. But when running on land, especially when it's hilly like this, it's kind of a good idea to face down a little bit so you're closer to the ground. And this is only when you have Levitate on, obviously. It looks like we did get aggro, somebody went visible, but we're about to zone in, so it doesn't matter. Another reason why I like to make my characters invisible going through here is that there are some lower level characters that may be running up and down that corridor fighting things, right? Getting XP. I know a few people that like fighting in that area, and I don't ever want to be the turd burglar that runs through there, even at high level, and trains some poor guy who's struggling, you know, just getting XP, and gets killed because of my carelessness, you know? I know, I think about others a lot, but I think it's good to do, you know? I wish more people would do that. I think the world would be a better place if they did. Dulax Harbor, that's where we want to go. As you see, Dulax Harbor achievement achieved, because I've never been through here before with these characters. We want to go and kill 5 Stormwave or treasure sorters. Stormwave. Alright. That is one of the ships, or the name of one of the ships, I believe. So let's head there. And we're going to re-invis everybody so we don't have to fight our all way there. There we go. I can see everybody's got their name with the parentheses or whatever that's called. And we want to go to the Stormwave. I think that's the first ship over here. Yeah, Stormwave. Yeah, there we go. So we turn right and to the left a little bit and down this way. This is the same ship that takes you to the zone where you do the gribbles, the dead hills. And we definitely don't want to go there. So here we are. And we just got to kill 5 of these guys. And we get our toy surprise. So here we go. I got stunned, man. But at least it didn't spin me around. I really like that. I wonder if they patched it out. If they did, they are absolute gods and heroes. That has been my biggest complaint. Deepwater Emblem. If you get this, you can always look it up on Alakazam. It's for a quest, but doing the quest isn't really going to be worth it. I think it's for a spell. I could be wrong. Like a cleric spell. It might be for like temperance or something. But you could just buy it in the bazaar now. If you want to do the quest just to do it, you know. That's always a possibility. We have 2 out of the 5 so far. This guy's gonna make 3. Yes, I know, you can math just like I can. But I have to say something. There's that emblem again. I don't know if, as a viewer, you would appreciate more quiet pauses in the videos or not. But I feel like that's just playing the game, right? You're here for the commentary. You're here for the discussion. You're not here for someone sitting there quietly playing a game. If you are, I'd love to hear your feedback on that. Please leave a comment. That would make life so much easier. On occasion, I could just make a video of me not saying a dang word and just playing the game. But I don't know if I would feel comfortable just doing that, because I feel like, come on, what's the point of watching someone if you're not getting some sort of information out of it? There we go. We killed our 5. I'll probably stay here for a little while longer to get some XP, because this is also a hot zone. And if you noticed earlier, I did screw up. Yes, I made a mistake. I wanted to accept my reward, but instead of accepting, I hit the little X, and now I have the 2 rewards. So let's open our character up again here. Let's move this over. Yeah, I want the shoulders, right? And now I get the other option as well, where I get a cloak or a belt. Here's a note. The belt gives you a haste, 22% haste, that lets you attack faster, increases your attack rating. And I have rough belt and rough cloak. Let's go with the belt, because a faster attack... Ooh, wrong belt, wrong belt. That is the caster's belt. Note, the caster's belt does not have haste, right? But they don't really need it because their melee attacks are crap anyway. So I got the 2 of these. Let's put the belt on. So I'm going from rough to an ornate belt. And I'm going from simple shoulders to ornate shoulders. So that's the full stats on the belt. And that's the full stats on the shoulders. The belt has the haste, but it does not have a focus effect like mana preservation. But that's okay, because I feel like the haste is good enough. The belt has an attack of 1, hit point regen 2, mana regen 1, and the shoulders has mana regen 1. So it's nice. Back in the day, you would kill to get anything with mana regen, much less, you know, a focus and a haste and all that. But now you just do these simple little tasks or quests and you can acquire these items. After accepting and equipping the reward on each of these characters over here, I'm ready to go. And as you see, it looks like these guys are all pretty much dark blue to me, which means they're a fair amount of XP. Let's actually look after this kill how much XP I get per kill. I got almost a full 3% for that one kill. So keep in mind, I'm on the Throne of Eye server, and there's a constant XP bonus on this server. This is also a hot zone, meaning, yeah, you get more XP here. Oh, and take a look at this. There's an AUG, Grim Memento, 22 hit points, 27 mana, 27 endurance, and 5 versus magic. Not a bad little AUG for this level. This is another quest item here. Mostly useless if you're not doing the quest. These weapons are also pretty useless. I don't think they sell for much. So I leave the quest items and those crappy weapons behind. I'm so surprised this ogre came all by himself. He did not bring a friend. Oh look, I have greater healing now, so that's pretty good. I've also got Spike Coat, so I guess we'll memorize that. It's good to memorize your new spells. It's good to practice using spells, even if you're kind of wasting everything and destroying things and you feel like you don't really need it. If you don't cast much, you're gonna fall behind on your casting skills and you're gonna fizzle a lot. So on occasion, I'll take a pause. I'll start casting some of these DS buffs on all my guys just to get my skills up. And here you could see my abjuration with each cast is going up. On occasion, I get fizzles. Fizzles mean that you failed in casting the spell and nothing happened. Ooh, I also have Call of the Sky, which is a proccing spell. Do I have better poison than what I currently have in my bar there? Yeah, I do. So let's put the better poison there. Let's activate it. Rogues can craft this one poison that can be used by other classes. I refer to them commonly as a gift poison because, you know, a rogue can gift it to their ally to use against whatever they're fighting. Because there are the rogue-only poisons, which are poisons that only a rogue can use, and then there's the gift ones that they're... Just keep in mind, they're not called gift poisons. Don't do a search or a Google for rogue gift poison. That is my personal name for them. That is definitely not what they are called, and you'll never ever find them under that name unless someone out there is keeping a wiki about me that I'm unaware of. Yes, Fez sometimes refers to the poison as a gift poison because you can gift it to others. That would be kind of weird. I don't loot any of these weapons either. I believe that I used to, and I tried selling them a bunch of times, and they never had any real value. So I learned over time, yeah, don't loot these. They're not like fine steel. They're not worth at least 5 plat. They were probably worth a silver or something ridiculously low like that. So I gave up on trying to loot them. Now the meat you can loot because that does have some value. Ooh, there's a rare named right there. Alright, let's grab him. He might bring that friend, but if he does, that's okay. He stunned me. I'm on a mount and he stunned me. I could probably dismount too. It'd probably be advantageous to dismount here. And ooh, we got a level up. And he dropped a tooth. Whoa! It's a neck item with a 21% haste. That must have been really desirable at one point. Because, you know, there were haste items with 21% haste. Like the flowing black silk sash or something. And it was just 21% haste. This actually has some AC and some stats. I just can't help it. I'm permanently living with nostalgia of the old days and how things have changed and how some things have become more valuable and some things have become less valuable. But I don't think it's broken the game. There are some players that when I've spoken to them, they say, oh, I don't like this or that, or I don't like the Defiant armor, I feel like it broke the game. It's in place to help you get to the higher levels a little bit faster. That's about it. Once you get up to the top levels, because that's sort of where the game really begins these days, you're not a god. You're not able to survive. For example, okay, this point in the game, sure, with Defiant armor, if I get 5 or 6 monsters on me at once, and they're all dark blue, or even con, or maybe even yellow con, if I have a full group like this with a cleric mercenary, I'll do fine. I will probably not have any of my characters die, and I will do fine. Especially if I have some decent weapons. I will kill them before they kill me. But, and this is a big but, that's not going to be the case at level 100. At level 100, even if you have good gear for that level, especially just group level gear that you feel is amazing because it's got, you know, 5,000 plus hit points on every piece of armor or more. I don't remember exactly how much HP is on each piece at that level, but you get what I'm saying, right? You feel like, whoa, 5k HP just on a breastplate, and then every piece has like, see, you feel like you're gonna be godly. You're not. If you get 2 or 3 mobs on you and they're like just blue con, if you're not getting healed, you're dead. You're doomed. You're gone. You're history. It's not broken. The game is not broken. If you have raid gear, well, that's because you have raid gear. And then maybe, yeah, maybe you will survive most things without a whole lot of healing or whatever. Because maybe your AC is just so ridiculously high that the mobs can't really hit you to begin with, right? But not everyone will ever have access to that raid gear. I do like these models. I know they're really old now, right? But I do like the pirate models, like the trolls with the giant football player looking shoulder pads and stuff like that. I've always thought they were pretty cool. They would probably be terrifying in reality, because it looks like they're undead. I don't know if they are for sure. But they kind of look like they could be undead to me. So I'm gonna take my group into the caves here, because I think that would be a fun little area to explore. There's also some named that spawn in the caves. I also think that there's going to be higher level and more challenging creatures in those caves. It also looks like they recently repaired this area, because for a very long time, a lot of this here, this wood giant planks right there, were broken, where it looked transparent and or invisible. So I'm very happy to see that it looks like it's finally been fixed. And I don't know if it was just an alpha problem or what, but yeah, go through there. It's like a false wall, and go down here. And these guys cannot see through invis, regular invis. Let's also make sure everybody's still following. Yeah. And these guys are the Lugald, I believe is what they're called. And this undead guy will see us, but he does not aggro. We want this guy here, the Servant of Hate. He is a placeholder for a named. And he drops a weapon called a Soul Stripper. I've actually done a video about him, about camping him and his weapon. I think I just called it the Soul Stripper or something like that. It's kind of funny. I think the thumbnail I used was like a monster dancing on a pole because, you know, like get it like stripper, because I try to be funny even though I know, don't worry, I know I'm not. I really, I'm aware, but I still gotta try. Oh darn. So the Ranger's snare overrides the Shadow Knight's snare. Now, these little weapons here, the Lugal daggers, I believe those do sell for like 5 plat each. 4 or 5 plat each. If you're hard up on cash, you know, it could be possibly okay to loot if you've got tons of space. They're not stackable, unfortunately, so that's a problem. Remember, if you right-click on your name, if you're leader of the group, and you go to roles and you set yourself as puller, when you're puller, your mercenary is less likely to run on in to fight the encounter, to fight the monster that you're attacking, until it gets a little closer to the group. So that's a good tip to remember. Likewise with setting your actual tank as the main tank. By doing that, the tank is more likely to taunt properly and hold aggro. If you are curious about Chester Steelblade here, he is just a quest NPC. I think you have to turn something into him. It might be either a cleric or a paladin quest. You can do a search for him on Alakazam and find out more. Hey, I'm level 45 now. That means I can start getting buffed with level 60 buffs. Remember that? You cannot have a buff over level 49 if you're under level 45. But once you're over 45, you can accept buffs that are up to level 60. Which is great, because that means you can have KEI, which is the good enchanter brain buff that lasts 3 hours. You can also have the, I think it's Visions of Grandeur, which is the enchanter haste that lasts a lot longer, probably an hour or so. I currently only have augmentation, which is, I think it's like a level 27-ish buff. Not as good of a haste as, say, Swift Like the Wind, but it lasts a lot longer. It also gives you, I believe, some agility or something like that. Let's take a look. Increases attack speed, agility, and stamina regeneration. Stamina regeneration is always nice. This guy dropped something. An effigy of Inaruk. I think this might actually be a quest thing that you turn in, because the stats aren't great on it. It might have some monetary value, but it's not going to be much. I don't know. Can't remember that for sure. Oh, my poison. My poison was no longer active. I had to reactivate that. Let's actually check the poison on the other tunes here. Oh, that was trippy. He just warped over to me. I don't know if I hit a lag spike or what. These tridents are also probably worth 4 to 5 plat selling them. At least I think so. In fact, let's do a quick little thing here. If you go under special, there's a few other merchants you can summon. Let's do the permutation peddler. Make a hotkey, summon them. Every 14 or 15 hours rather, you can summon a new one. The same goes for the resupply agent. So let's right click on this guy and open up some of our bags. This guy sells the regents you need to remove your augs from your gear. So let's look at some of this stuff that I looted. The runes, 2 plat, 2.5 plat. These things, the broken skull barnacle, are only 4 gold, so you can leave those behind. These weapons are 5.7 plat, so I'd say those are worth it. They're not worth using per se, unless you want to hand it to your pet, maybe. If you don't have high level stuff for your pet. These shields, they do not stack. They're only 3 plat, 8 gold. So they're not really worth it. They only have an 8 AC. That's, you know, pretty much junk. But all these little weapons, these, the ones called Zacthril, are 5.7 plat by the look of it. That one's 5.9. There's a piece of coral for 7 gold, so that's up to you. At least that stacks, though. So if you got a whole bunch of these. So correction, the Lugal daggers are 4 platinum, 4 silver. And that's with my 195 charisma. If you're an ogre and you have like no charisma gear, it might be for less. Let's see this thing here. The effigy of Inaruk is completely worthless. It's 30 plat tribute. I don't even know how many of you use tributes. I don't. Oh, the Lugal trident, 5 platinum, 8 gold. So I guess that's worth looting. These things are stackable. Sharp Lugal claw. They're 3 plat, 8 gold. So that's not too bad, especially if you have a stack of them. So I'd say put the effigy of Inaruk on the no loot list. I'm just going to drop it on the ground. It looks like I have a couple of more of these swords. There we go. There's another one. What about this tooth? It's got the haste on it. I don't know if anybody's going to buy it, because you can do a very simple quest to get something like this, which is so much better. It does have a nice tribute value, so I'd say hang on to this for the tribute value. That's 1283 tribute. That's really not bad at all. So I'd say loot that for the tribute. It is not the best drop in the world, no. It is only a tribute. Come on. You guys know that song. Sure, I'm changing the words, but there is one other way that you can try to sell some of your items without using the permutation peddler, and that is barter. That's right. If you type / and the word barter, hit enter, this window comes up, and you may be able to sell some of your trade skill items that you've looted. Probably not going to sell much of the junk like the fine steel or anything. Maybe some foraged items will sell. I'm left clicking these. Everything on the left here is in my inventory. And I'm hitting search. And you see here down at the bottom it says there's 0 bylines for this. What about feathers? There's people buying feathers, but not this type of feather. There's people buying frost crystals, but not this frost crystal. What about the fulginate ore? There are people buying the fulginate ore. So I got 1. I can get 10 plat for this ore. So I can, let's hit sell. Where's the sell button? We got to expand this window a little bit to see the sell button. So remember, if you don't see the sell button here, just stretch out your window. Hit sell. And you see you've sold 1 fulginate ore for 10 platinum. See if anybody's buying gnome meat. No, nobody's interested in gnome meat. What about habanero peppers? Somebody's offering 100 plat per habanero pepper. Yes, please. Thank you. Hitting sell. There we go. Sometimes there's a little delay, but I just got 100 plat for selling a habanero pepper to this very nice person. 11s. Thank you, 11s, for buying my habanero pepper. They're offering 250 plat for ice lichen. I've got 4 of them. Wow. Okay, yes, I will sell you all of it, because I've never used ice lichen on anything. I just got 1,000 plat for selling the ice lichen. Whoa. What about rockhopper hides? They're buying rockhopper hides, low quality ones. Okay. Sell. Ah, making out like a bandit here. What about the malleable loam? No. Ooh, medium quality rockhopper. Maybe they're... Oh, look. 50 plat for the medium quality rockhopper. I've got 2 of these. Sell it. What about the moist marrow? Okay, nobody's buying moist marrow. What about mushrooms? These are different than regular mushrooms. Always make sure you're checking the name. The name has to match exactly, of course. What about a rockweed bulb? Nope. How about roots? Is anybody buying roots? Nobody's buying roots right now. What about a sedge branch? Apologize, sometimes I mispronounce things. Skeleton parts? Nope. Thick silk? Somebody's buying thick silk. Let's sell that. So you see here, I just made a bunch of plat selling these different items. And I didn't even have to be in like plane of knowledge or anything. How about the writing ink? 4 plat for writing ink, sure. I know for a fact that the writing ink would get me like maybe 2 silver or something. That is one thing you might want to do also. You can always give yourself a little bit of a reality check, like go to a regular merchant and kind of price check things that make sure that what the barter is offering is on par or better than what you can get from just a merchant. I have seen barters where someone will offer just a few silver for an item. Meanwhile, you can get 10 plat or 5 plat just selling it to some random merchant, or even like your permutation peddler or your resupply agent. So keep those things in mind too. We're gonna run back up here and see if our named is up, and he is not. But I will end the video here while fighting this guy. I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. I tried to include some helpful hints and stuff, which I try to do, so this is a little more than just your typical Let's Play. I always try to share some information. Of course, if you've been playing the game for a really long time, you're gonna say you know all this stuff already, and you've known for a very long time. But not everybody has. There's plenty of people out there that are new and returning, and that's sort of my audience. If you found this video helpful at all, please leave a thumbs up. It would help get my video out there in the algorithms to more viewers. If you like what I do here, you'd like to support me and support the channel, please subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Or better yet, you could join my channel as a channel member. Channel members get special perks and privileges, like a link to join my private Discord. If YouTube memberships are not for you, check the links below the video for a link to my Patreon. Patreon patrons get similar perks, like a link to join the private Discord. You also get early access to some of my videos over there on Patreon, where they may appear a day or two early. I would like to thank all my current YouTube channel members and Patreon patrons, and anyone who leaves a super thanks or a super chat during our live streams. Thank you very much. Your support means a lot to me. It really helps out a lot. And those of you who have not only subscribed but resubscribed month after month are my absolute heroes. Thank you very much. And thank you everybody for watching. Have a great day and a wonderful tomorrow.
It's dark again in the common lands. A puma's roar Don't need me now.